Do you know what time it is? Time to turn up the heat. In 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, I hope you guys are having a wonderful night tonight. I have here in the studio with me tonight the executive board from the African American Student Alliance. How are you guys doing tonight? Good. Are you guys good? Are you guys ready for the show? Yeah. I think it's going to be, yes. I'm so happy they are here with me. They are a group of amazing ladies that do the absolute best at their jobs, and we're going to get into that interview in just a few minutes. But you know how the segment goes. Hot topics, then the interviews. We have a ton of stuff going on today in the media, especially with relationships in the entertainment world. So we're going to go ahead and get started after this quick little commercial break. So stick tight. Alrighty, welcome back. I'm so happy once again that you are here with me tonight on this very special episode of Lex Review with the amazing African American Student Alliance Board. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and get started with the hot topics. If you couldn't tell, the little sirens indicate that it's hot topics time. Go figure. That's really awesome. Like I said, there's a lot going on in the celebrity romance world. No time to waste. So yes, we are getting started. We're going to start with Liam and Miley Cyrus, and Liam Hemsworth. So they have been engaged, or they are engaged for the second time. Miley was wearing her engagement ring. You guys saw that on social media and everywhere, that she had the ring she wore when they were engaged the first time a few years back. They have been back together for about 2 months, but Miley Cyrus is not waiting to go down the aisle. It's ridiculous. She wants to get married to Liam with or without a prenup. That is a little scary to me, just because Miley Cyrus' net worth is $200 million and Liam's Hemsworth net worth is only $16 million. That is a huge difference, and I believe in protecting assets, but that's just me. Liam Hemsworth said he doesn't want a prenup at all. Well, of course he wouldn't want a prenup. If you guys get divorced, aren't you going to be the one to get some money out of it? He thinks it's not romantic, if that makes sense, which I get it. A prenup is never going to be romantic. It's never going to be something that you want to do, but it's something you have to do if you want to protect yourself at the end of the day. Marriages in this industry fail all the time. It is ridiculous how many people get married and get divorced. Kim Kardashian in, 90 days? So I definitely believe in protecting your assets and being smart in whatever you do. Moving on to Lea Michele. She is now a single girl again. If you don't know who Lea Michele is, she is the girl on Glee that was dating the other star on Glee. His name was Corey. I don't know if you guys remember that whole story, but Corey, the guy that she was dating, did overdose on drugs, so he died about 2 years ago. And she decided to, move on with her life, and she was dating a new person named Matthew. That was good. They lasted for a while. I was happy about that relationship. It was kind of cute and my eyes, but Matthew just stopped returning her phone calls and ignored her completely. He had no reasons, he had no explanation. He just said, I'm done with you and I never want to talk to you again, pretty much. Come to find out, before he started dating Michelle, he was a male companion worker. That's enough said. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but I definitely encourage you to Google that. I really don't want to go into details on what a male companion worker is. When I see this relationship and all the details, I really feel like Matthew was an opportunist. He saw the fact that, there's someone more famous than me that I should really connect with to get my name out there and keep on moving with his life. Honestly, do you guys know who Matthew, Petts, however you pronounce his last name, was before he started dating Michelle? You probably still don't know who he is now, and that's really okay because he's not that big in the industry, but dating Lea Michele did boost his career, and when he felt like he got enough exposure, he just stopped responding to her, which is ridiculous. But it's not the first time this has happened. It's happened to a bunch of different celebrities that, I'm not going to say they're not wise, but they do have, just follow their heart and they don't think rationally about some things. You're in the industry. People do look to advance themselves and they will use other people to do so. So like I said, once again, be smart in whatever you do. Moving on to more people who are having relationship problems. Chris Brown is begging for Karrueche back. He made a remix to his song Back to Sleep, and in the song he had lyrics that said, quote, I want you to love me, you want me to say your name, your girl, or you want me to say your name, girl, okay, Karrueche. He explicitly said her name in the remix, saying that he did want her back. Honestly, I don't believe this girl can leave this man alone. I do believe that they'll get back together eventually, just a matter of time before it happens. But I don't know if I can get back with someone as crazy as Chris Brown, because Chris Brown's crazy. That's all I can say. He has those crazy tendencies. Do you guys remember the situation when he followed Karrueche to the club and then followed her to the diner after the club and then followed her to her house after that? Isn't that ridiculous to me? That's low-key a stalker. Not low-key, but high-key a stalker, and that's just too much. But she keeps on going back to him from time to time, and she hasn't learned yet. And he did have a baby, so that's another thing that should indicate that Karrueche should leave him alone. But we'll see what happens. And I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I'm really just waiting to see what Karrueche's response to this whole song is, and we can go from there and talk about it from that point on. Congratulations to Ne-Yo, who did get married over the weekend. He did marry Crystal Monet, and she is 9 months pregnant. You guys know about that. She is, honestly, and I saw the picture of them together, and she was so cute. You know, she had that pregnancy glow. She did look like she was ready to pop, so I know that baby is coming in the next few weeks. I guess they wanted to rush and get married before the baby, which is perfectly okay. But in that same picture, you did not know it was Ne-Yo. I honestly cannot recognize Ne-Yo without his hat. I think the hat really indicates who Ne-Yo is. Without the hat, he looks like another guy. He looks weird. He looks like Samuel L. Jackson in that picture. I definitely encourage you guys to type it. Type in Ne-Yo and Crystal Monet marriage, and you will see Samuel L. Jackson next to Crystal. But one important thing about that wedding was that his kids were not present at the wedding. He has 2 kids with his ex-fiance. I'm not sure if you know who that is, but I'm not even sure her name, but 2 kids with his ex-fiance, and she said the kids were too busy applying for schools that they couldn't attend their own father's wedding. That raises some red flags to me just because, well, a kid can't really apply to school, but, you know, they're, 8 and 12? How are they applying to school? But that was the excuse that she used, and I get it. I guess you don't want your children to be seen your dad getting married to somebody else, but that's the reality of it. They have to know what is going on. You can't protect them from everything, so I guess. Whatever. Moving on from those romantic situations and celebrity couples, Rihanna fans are really upset. You guys know I am a Rihanna fan, but it's not about me today. It's about everybody else as a whole. She postponed her album. Well, that was the first thing that made everybody upset, was that she did postpone her album. She did not show up and perform at the Grammys. That was red flag number 2. And then, just a few days ago, she postponed her world tour, and she even canceled some of her dates. That is ridiculous. Honestly, Rihanna can be a diva sometimes. She did earn her title, but did not earn it as much as she should have. She really got it handed to her with her connections like Jay-Z and things like that. But she can be a diva sometimes, and I just feel like you got to stick to the schedule. You have plans, you have fans that are wanting to see this happen, so you have to stick to the schedule because people are paying money to see you. People are really excited, and they support you. So do your job and, you know, be on time. If you're going to say you're going to do something, just keep on doing it. Wendy Williams thinks that she is threatened by Beyonce's presence, since Beyonce obviously will be releasing an album in the near future if she's having a world tour. But you have completely different fan base, going back to what Wendy Williams said. You can't really compare the two in a sense, because once again, they are a completely different fan base, and Rihanna should not be scared if that is the case, because you're Rihanna, she's Beyonce, or did I say Beyonce? Rihanna should not be scared of her fans or what people are thinking regarding Beyonce and her fans. That's 2 separate different things. But what made her fans excited and happy, she did release her work video featuring Drake. It came out and it was awesome. It was a typical Rihanna music video, you know, with the island flavor to it, with the dancing and the grinding and the whining and all that stuff. It was great. I did love it. Definitely encourage you guys to check it out if you haven't seen it before. I thought the video was over, but then a whole nother part 2 came on, and I was like, whoa, I was not expecting that. So that was a really cute little surprise. I honestly, by the videos, I know it's just an act, but I do think that one day they might get married or even have a baby. I'm calling that. That's my personal opinion. I'm not sure, but they're so cute together. I definitely think that something might happen in the future, and they might be open with it, because, you know, Rihanna's been not around, but, you know, she's had her fun with different people. But I think Drake is her go back to, or maybe Nicki Minaj. Who knows? But one really great thing about this song is that it is her 14th number 1 single. That might not seem like a lot to you, or that might seem great, but only 4 songs. But she's only 4 songs away from beating Mariah Carey with the most number 1 singles, and that's really cool. She's 6 songs away from beating the Beatles with number 1 singles. That's really a big deal. But what got me about that whole situation was that she has already beaten Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and Madonna with the most number 1 singles. That is crazy, guys. That is honestly crazy. Since she is young, she has a few more albums left in her. I definitely think that she'll be coming out with more hit singles that can even put her to the top and the best-selling artist of all time with #1 singles. I think that is a definite possibility for her near future. So we just have to wait and see. One thing that really got me on top of all of that situation was that Beyonce was not even on the list. That is crazy. I love Beyonce. I'm a fan of Beyonce, but where was she on this list? Why wasn't she even on the top 10 for #1 singles? I think she had a great amount of singles, but once again, it kind of goes back to those things where you have great singers that don't get enough credit. You have great actors like Leonardo DiCaprio that never won a Grammy, so you can't really base it off of just list and those kind of statistics, but it's crazy that she's not even on the list. But speaking of Beyonce is being boycotted by the police. What in the world is happening in our generation? So typically at her concerts, they have off-duty cops that protect her, and have their services in the arena as well as outside the arena. Off-duty cops might not offer their services to protect her during her upcoming world tour, which is Formation. And I think that is really crazy. She would have to eventually pay and find her own securities, which is not a big deal because she is Beyonce. She can easily pay for that kind of stuff. So I guess it doesn't really matter. But it's a principle behind that where they're taking it to the extent of, just boycotting her and not performing services. Just because it's not always about the artist, you have to protect everybody in the arena as well. So I definitely think they shouldn't take it to that extent. But who knows? The police are sometimes over the top. But like I said, moving on, we are going to 50 Cent and his legal drama. 50 Cent filed for bankruptcy. I don't know if you guys knew about that, but he did file. He owes $29 million. That is a ton of money to be owing people. He posted a picture recently with stacks of money, but it spells out broke. And it wasn't like it was $1 or $2 or $10. It was literally $100 bills, and he spelled out broke. What kind of message are you sending? He then posted a separate picture of those same, not the same money, but I don't know. He posted another picture of money where he put it in his fridge. Stacks of money in his fridge and said cold hard cash, something like that. And I was like, what are you doing? And then he posted another picture and said, and he was in bed with money. So I'm sitting here like, you're doing all this extra stuff, but you're broke. In debt for $29 million. If I was broke, or even if I had money, I would not be flashing it on social media like that. The judge got involved. I don't know how the judge found out, but people talk nowadays. Eventually, the judge will see it. The judge was informed about this money, and he wants for 50 Cent to return back to bankruptcy court to explain himself. I hope he has a great story in line, because how do you explain? I don't even know. You are too grown to be posting pictures of money anyways. You have so many things going for you. I don't even know how you're in bankruptcy. That's really what gets me. You have so many things going for you. You have vitamin water, your show power, all this extra stuff, but yet you're $29 million in debt, and then you're posting pictures about it. I need for 50 Cent to get his life together and keep it moving. So going back to court issues, Kesha, which is a huge story right now, was in court. In 2014, she filed for look at me. She filed a lawsuit against her producer, Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke, by the way, he has worked with different artists like Pink, Katy Perry, Avril Lavigne, Kelly Clarkson, artists of that nature. But when she filed a lawsuit, she, apparently, from her words, he physically and emotionally abused her and raped her. What she said happened in that situation was that he gave her a pill and said it would help her sober up when she was intoxicated, but instead it was a date rape pill that she took. And she woke up the next morning, didn't know what happened, and she said she was raped by Dr. Luke. She hasn't been able to make music in years due to that case, so her whole life has been on pause. I'm not sure how she's surviving and making money, but her contract does say that she has to produce 6 more albums with Sony. It doesn't necessarily have to be with Dr. Luke, but she still has to work in that company, and she feels that Sony won't promote her music the way it should be for her to come back and make a huge comeback from this whole ordeal. She really just wants to drop her. She wants to drop her contract with Sony and just get out of there. She's not even asking for him to be put in jail, to be honest. She just wants to leave Sony and do her own thing. But like I said, she has to stay there, produce 6 more albums, which is a ton of albums. I feel like that's a time span of maybe 6 to 8 years to produce 6 albums. And that's all. But we did see the picture on social media of her crying in the courthouse, and we all were sad. We all said free Kesha. You know, she did get a lot of support from different artists about the whole situation. She got support from Demi Lovato and Lady Gaga, who were really supportive, like I said before, really supportive of what she was doing. She even got $250,000 from Taylor Swift to help pay her legal fees, which I thought was really nice. But apparently Demi Lovato went off on Taylor saying that she threw money at Kesha to enhance herself. Think about that for a second. Honestly, I couldn't see that. I couldn't believe that, just because Taylor Swift, she just likes being in the public eye at all times. She likes the attention on her. I don't know if you guys remember the whole ordeal at the Grammys where Ed Sheeran won the award for Thinking Out Loud, and the cameras was on her the entire time because she was making a huge scene. And we're all like, why are you making a huge scene when you just lost, you know? But the attention was on her, and I just feel like that is her, how she is. You know, she always wants attention to be on her, spotlight be on her, so throwing money, quote unquote, at Taylor or at Kesha was just a way to keep her in the loop and in the spotlight. Who knows? I have no idea, but I just support the news and I just tell you what's happening in the world and entertainment industry. But that is all I have for Hot Topics. You guys know how it goes. Let's guess this answer. Happens every week. What we do is I will tell you a question or ask you a question that happened or that I talked about in the previous episode. You guys will tweet me or you guys will call in with the correct answer, and you guys can win a free Our Radio t-shirt. So let's go ahead and get started with this question for the day. Which rapper won 5 out of 11 Grammys, including Best Rap Album for To Pimp a Butterfly, and had the best performance of the night according to many on social media at the 58th Grammy Awards? You know, this artist in his performance had a lot of imagery with being in chains and, you know, having the fire and all that extra stuff. So there was a lot of talk about his great performance, but what was the artist's name? Definitely tweet me. You guys know where to tweet me. It's Lex Review KSU, or call into the studio at 470-578-2665 with the answer. The first person to tweet or call with the correct answer, you will be the winner of a free Out Radio t-shirt. So we're going to go ahead and get to a little commercial break, but after that we will be having the African American Student Alliance Executive Board and be talking to them about, you know, Black History Month, as expected. I definitely hope you guys are ready for that, and just stay tuned. In the studio with alrighty guys, we have in the studio the African American Student Alliance. How you guys doing? Good. I see that already, but I really got to know how you're doing. Once again, we're gonna go ahead and get started with this awesome interview. Just speak for me one more time so I make sure I can hear you guys. Go ahead and speak into the mic.
Hey guys.
Gotta come closer, gotta hear you even closer. I know it's crazy, right?
Hey guys.
All right. It's okay.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Okay, right into the mic. She got it. One more time for me over here.
Hey, y'all. How you doing? Nope.
Yep. Starting to hear you.
There we go.
Right into the middle of it. Okay, good. Nice to hear you guys. Go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us what your position is on the executive board.
I'm Java Crawford. I'm the president.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mariah Williams, and I'm the secretary.
Hey guys, I'm Deshawn Green and I'm the vice president.
What's up, y'all? My name is Kirsten Bridey. I am the financial secretary.
Ooh, yes. Nice to meet you. I'm speaking for everybody else, but I'm so happy once again you guys are here in the studio with me. Go ahead and tell me your majors and where do you see yourself in 5 years? Go ahead. I know it's kind of hard with 2 mics, but making it work.
This is Kirsten. My major is communication with a concentration in public relations. Mm-hmm. And you said 5 years?
5 years.
5 years. I have a master's.
Yes.
I'm teaching creative writing at a HBCU.
Yes.
I'm doing work in the community, and I probably have like a dog and a beautiful house.
Yes. Do you know which school you want to go to, or I'm not go to, but work? Which HBCU?
I want to study at Temple University. Probably Howard. I know that's cliche, but we'll see.
No. What's wrong with that? That's awesome. All right.
It's Deshawn again, and my major is theater and performance studies with a concentration in acting, and I have a film studies minor. And in 5 years, I will be accepting an Oscar. Thanking God, my mother, my family for support, my director. I can see it. Yes. You can see it too.
5 years. I'm ready.
Okay, hey everyone.
I'm Mariah, and I am a communication major, concentration media studies, and a minor in gender women's studies. And 5 years, I was sitting thinking, and I don't know what other answer to get, but being in God's purpose, because it's not about what I want to do, it's about what He wants to do.
Amen. Love it. All right, Prez.
Hey, it's Jay. I'm a double major. My first major is criminal justice with a concentration in forensic behavioral analysis, and my second major is dance with a concentration in modern and contemporary dance. In 5 years, I would like to still be dancing. I want to dance first and then go into criminal justice. And then right after that, I would like to start my work with child advocacy and delinquents.
Yes, that is awesome. I love the diversity here. We have everything from a teacher at HBCU to an actor accepting their Oscars to whatever God tells her to do, and one beautiful dancer. And what is the second one? Criminal justice. She's going to be killing it. She's going to be killing it. I'm so excited for the future, guys. I always say 5 years because I feel like 10 is too long. We've been saying 10 for the longest time. What would you do in 10 years? 5 years is a perfect amount of time, I would say. What are some things that you guys are passionate about? Oh, I don't know why I just made that an extra question. But what are some things that you guys are passionate about? Go ahead and talk to me. Anyone can answer.
Family.
Family?
Family.
Okay. What about you guys?
Yeah, I definitely say family. Definitely the Black community, of course. That's why we do the work that we do in AASA. Sisters?
Yeah, I'm on the same note. Family, God, love, Black fellowship. I love cultural arts. I'm passionate about youth development. And, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and I would agree with them. Of course, family is important to me. God is important to me, head of my life. And then I would also say that the impact that art has on the community is something that's important to me, and just using that positively to positively influence the youth of today.
Absolutely. That's awesome. What made you guys decide to join the AASA board, executive board? Good question.
Well, for me, it was being a part of something that you love and genuinely passionate about. So, growing up, a lot of times your parents would always tell you you're not going to be successful at things if you're not passionate about it,
right?
Or if you don't genuinely care about it. So, the things that AASA stands for, as far as promoting our culture and our heritage and unity and fellowship amongst our Black student peers here, those are all the things I love and would love to stand by and stand under.
Right, absolutely. Anyone else?
Agreed. We started on the Black History Committee, and from there, I never thought that I would be on the board, and here I am, and I thank God every day for all the opportunities and the experiences that we've had as a board. We've got to go to LA, we've been to Texas, we've been involved in conferences where we've been able to learn things that are going to shape our lives and who we are as African Americans in society. So this has definitely been a learning experience, and I'm so happy that I took it on.
Absolutely. Anybody else want to chime in, or should I move on? Good. We'll talk about how was the actual trips. I know you guys did go to LA, the fall excursion. How was that? What was the experience? And talk to me about your favorite memory at that one. Anyone? And it's okay. Be honest.
It was lit.
It was lit. Okay, I'll take it.
No, it was amazing. That was thoroughly planned by Mr. Sean Green, and I mean, she did an outstanding job. And I think, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I will say that as a collective, 25 people thoroughly enjoyed themselves. And it wasn't just about being in another state; it was actually about soaking up all the culture that we had, and just embracing one another. On the road trip back to the airport, people were crying about how thankful and how honored they were to be there and how much they had taken away from the trip. And some people reconnected with old friends they hadn't seen in a while. Right. Some people came to see family. Some people just came for the trip to see what it was about. Some people were not a part, not as active, but after the trip became more active in AASA. So
that's awesome.
It was great. For me, it was my second excursion, and it was different planning it this time. Well, Deshaun planned it, but being on the board with her while she planned it rather than being just a normal attendee when we went to Miami, which was also lit as well.
That's awesome.
But it was an experience, and it was a trip to never forget. And I think my favorite part or favorite memory had to be Urban Lights, which is right in front of the LACMA Museum, which is the Los Angeles County Museum of Art.
That sounds like fun. I know I saw a lot of Snapchats from everybody, and I was like, man, why am I not there? You guys look like you had the best time, and I absolutely love that. So what are some changes within the organizations that you were or are excited about, meaning if you have something coming up? What are some changes and things that sort?
I think that one of the things I'm most excited about is something that we actually were able to accomplish. So we came in May, and we said that we wanted to change the face of AASA and what AASA stood for. So when I've been here the past 3 years, AASA was an amazing social organization where that's where the Black folks came, that's where the Black folks were at. And so we took that same community and formed it into something, I think, greater and far beyond what we ever could have imagined. Okay. So the amount of love that we have, but the amount of learning and growth that we experience with each other is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. I see them all the time. I know I've always seen AASA, but when you guys took it over, it was like, wow, look at what AASA can do. And it was absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. Moving on, if anyone else wants to answer that one. Or moving on to the next question. You want to answer? Okay. Moving on to the next question. What has been your favorite event that you guys have planned so far?
Ooh, let's say on the count of 3.
On the count of 3, ready?
Same answer.
All right, 1. Hopefully it's the same answer. It'd be weird if it's not. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Poetic expressions.
Oh, yes, girls. One was silent. She didn't even say anything. She was just like, oh, I don't know.
Well, because I know that these two girls love poetic expressions because it's all about, I would say, it's the one that you have the more hands-on experience with, and you're putting it together because it's your dream. It's what you want to see. Okay. And you watch it become a reality. That's why I was going to say Black Girls Rock, because that was just one that I had more hands-on with. Right, and I just saw everything happen that I wanted to happen. And but both of them are definitely my top 2. Love Black Girls Rock, love poetic expressions.
Okay, that's awesome. Anyone else have a different answer? Or
I did. I think all of our programming this year has been phenomenal, but
Absolutely.
I think my favorite event hasn't come yet. My favorite event is the Ratchet Ball, and we are in the midst of planning that now, and it's going to be A1. And I think everybody needs to find their way there.
Definitely. We're going to talk about some upcoming events, so tell me more about that in just a few minutes. But yeah, you two, Deshaun and Kirsten, had the same with Mariah, and Java was like, no, I have something different. But it was funny. You guys are awesome. All right, so moving on to the next question. You guys do use your voice to make a difference. What are some situations where where it was hard for you to stand for what you believe in, but you still did it anyways, and you felt powerful at the end and be like, yes, even though it was hard, yes, I really made that happen. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Kirsten.
I don't want to say a really cliche answer, a generic answer, but I think every day as Black women on Kennesaw's campus, it's a challenge, but it's something that we rise to. And so, especially being student leaders and having this organization on our backs, having that amount of weight and still rising to the challenge and using our voices to make real life change. Like, we've made some stuff shake at Kennesaw. And being a part of that has been a growing experience and a learning experience, and I'm grateful for it.
Right. Anybody else want to add?
I would just say that this is a lot of responsibility. As the African American Student Alliance, we kind of are the face for African American students on campus, which is very, it can put a lot of fear in you. Immediately, it's like, wow, I have to carry the weight of all the things that we experience, all the burdens, all the fear and pain of students that are on campus as African Americans. So having that, and then taking the initiative to create these programmings that are going to give them a space to talk about those issues that they're experiencing, or that are going to give them an opportunity to just figure out, how do I deal with these issues, is what we've been trying to do. And it's a battle, and I think that is definitely hard for me. And I don't always speak up on the issues that I think are arising, but this is definitely giving me a voice and being a leader in this organization.
Right. Absolutely. Mariah, Java, anyone else want to add? All right, moving on to the next question. Those are great answers, by the way. You guys are, once again, I say this all the time, you guys are awesome. Okay, so what Black history figure do you admire the most and why? I kind of moved on to more you. Everyone has to answer.
Okay, immediately who comes to my mind is Coretta Scott King, because during that time period, the civil rights leadership was solely dominated by men. And for her to be the first woman civil rights leader is just amazing and impactful, especially in the decade that they lived in. And a lot of times as Black people, of course, we were always unequal, or there was segregation and discrimination, but let alone a Black woman, especially during that time period. And so for her to stand up and support her husband the way that she did, and support her people and her community the way that she did, I think it's absolutely beautiful. And just that whole thing is just fighting for equality and equity amongst United States citizens. And she did that as a Black woman.
Yes, absolutely. That was a good one.
I had the pleasure of thinking about this recently, so I'm going to say Nina Simone. And I'm going to say that because she was, a lot of people just look at her as an artist, but she was also using her artist as activism. So she's a singer and an activist, and she's using her music to protest. Mm-hmm. So she's famous for singing songs similar to Billie Holiday. They sang Strange Fruit, which is a song that came out in protest to a lot of the lynchings that were going on during that time period. So she was doing something that could have ended up having her killed or in jail, and she still took that initiative to do so. So that's something I want to do with my art. So I'm very, very much inspired by her.
Awesome. All right, Kirsten.
I'm going to say Toni Morrison.
Okay.
And I say that because she was the first Black woman writer that I saw whose work showed me that I can be in that position one day.
Yes.
And I think just as Deshawn said, she used her work as activism and as a protest. And that's something that I look up to every single day. And she's amazing.
Mm-hmm. She's amazing. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right, Java.
I would say Raven Wilkinson, and she is one of the very first Black ballerinas to ever come around, way before Misty Copeland and everybody else that came under her.
Right.
She's very not known, is what I'll say about it. But what she did, and it wasn't too prominent or in the face of anything, but she was behind the scenes, and though she didn't get acknowledgments for anything that she did, little acknowledgments to the point that people don't know who she
Fairy
is.
Resonance, Tooth Speaking.
And I just kind of appreciate the stepping stone that she allowed for even people like Misty Copeland to be on today. And if I had to choose a second, it would be Alvin Ailey. And that's because he started his own from being rejected, and he started his own movement and his own type of he started a movement and his own form of movement.
Yeah.
And that transcended a lot. And many companies are now going in the direction that he was going. Even Alvin Ailey is becoming, in my opinion, a bit too diverse.
Right.
However, it's very open doors to many people who want to dance. And that's all he wanted to do, was help people who wanted to dance.
Also, those are awesome answers. You guys inspired me just a little bit. I was like, yeah, it's like to see, you get to know you guys and who you prefer and who you like and who you would think. I don't even know what I'm trying to go with this, but it was just beautiful. I loved it. So I have a little game for you guys since it is Black History Month and we are talking about Black history. It'll make sense for us to play a little game of Who Am I? And I promise you, if you guys get it wrong, it is okay. Because I don't even know I knew who they were, but I didn't think about it until I kind of researched it. I did some that weren't too hard, and I did put like one or two that was like just a little bit challenging. But if anyone is listening out there, or to all that are listening out there, just because they get it wrong, if they get it wrong, does not mean anything. We are human, and I doubt you knew it before we even talked about it. So, getting started with my first person. You guys should know this one, hopefully. I had a lot of brothers and sisters. You know most of them. I won 8 Grammys in 1 year. I had the biggest selling album in history of music. I was the first person... Who's going to get it first? I was the first person to put...
We just go anytime?
Yeah.
We talking about the king of pop.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
Michael Jackson.
Yes. You guys should know. Ooh, thank the Lord. Okay. Moving on to another one.
Nostrils.
Not nostrils. Leave them alone. Wow. All right. Next person. Like I said, you guys can chime in anytime. I am the first African American woman to run for president. But before I was the first before that, I was the first African American congresswoman, and I claimed that title in 1972. Maybe.
Condoleezza Rice?
No.
Just kidding.
Why
you say that?
It's okay. There's 2 more. You might know her slogan. Her slogan was during my campaign, or a slogan during her campaign was unbought and unbossed. Does that ring a bell? But it was a good one. I really like that, so I had to put that in there. And last one of my most famous quotes is, if they don't give you a seat at the table, then bring a folding chair. You guys know?
I love that quote.
Yeah, it's a good quote. No?
It's okay. We're stumped, but it's okay. We're about to learn.
Yeah, like I said, it is a learning experience. It's not just we know it. It is a learning experience. But her name was Shirley Chisholm.
We're going to write that
down. Everybody write that down.
I've had this question.
Really? It's okay. Hopefully you know it now. I learned it when I researched it. Like I said, we're all human. We can't know everybody. But that was a good one. Okay, so moving on to the next person. She's in the Guinness World Record, named for the most awarded female artist of all time. My 1985 self-titled album debuted and went multi-platinum. I grew up in a family of singers. Dionne Warwick is my cousin. Maybe. Kevin Costner acted as my bodyguard.
Oh.
I will always
Oh my
love
gosh.
you.
Whitney
Woo,
Houston.
yes.
Whitney, I didn't mean it, Whitney.
It's
we
okay.
Love you, Whitney.
We love you. Rest in peace. Okay, next person. Not too many more. I have 2 more. I am the founder of the United Negro College Fund. I was the president at Tuskegee University from 1935 to 1953. President Ronald Reagan awarded me with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian honor. No, it's okay. We're still learning. And that is all I have for this person. Possibly. Yes, that is all. You don't know.
I want to.
Take a guess. It's okay to be wrong.
I don't know.
You don't know? It's okay. Like I said, I didn't know this one until I researched it. Do you guys give up or do you guys want to try?
Can I Google?
Starts with an F. Can you Google? I'm done. All right, I'm going to tell you guys. It is Frederick Patterson.
Okay.
No,
It's okay.
I didn't.
I learned that when I researched him, like I said. Okay, last one. I was the first African American woman to get a pilot license because... Say it.
Bessie Coleman.
Yes, yes.
Yay.
And that is all I have for the game. I'm not going to torture you guys too much more, but those are good ones. Like I said, it's a learning experience. We can't know everything. No one should be bashing you for not knowing the answer because, like I said, I doubt they knew the answer until we talked about it. But moving on, in every group, you have, I guess, one of each. Like you have the most outspoken one, you have the creative one, you have the smart one, you have the line of reasoning. I want everyone to, we're going to go down the line, starting with Kirsten, and I want for her to say something and you say, and you guys agree or disagree. Like you would say, oh, I'm the most funny one because so-and-so, and they'll say yes or no, and they'll come up with their own answer if it is wrong. Isn't that funny? I think she's funny. She makes me laugh.
Okay, I say I am the most crazy one.
That was crazy one. All right, everybody else? Do you guys agree or disagree? You have another answer.
Yeah, she crazy.
She's crazy. You guys think so?
Yeah, she crazy.
Sean's thinking about it.
Yeah, you know, Kirsten's crazy. She is a good and bad crazy, adventurous, spontaneous. That's
Scary. That's good. She's living free.
Yes.
Living
We
free.
love her. We do.
Okay, Deshaun.
I'm going to say, and you guys can disagree, but I think I would be the quiet one out of the bunch. Like, I'm not the one that speaks up the most. So I guess in a sense that sometimes peacemaker's not the good word, but I'm just going to say I'm the quietest one out of the bunch.
All right.
And
Everybody
that's
else?
a lot to say because we ain't quiet.
You guys agree or disagree?
I agree. I wouldn't say quiet though. I would say she's the most mellow.
Mellow. Okay. You guys agree with that? The mellow?
That's what I was going to say. She's poetic.
Oh. She had to use the word. Gotcha. All right, Mariah. How about you?
I would say I'm the most outspoken one. Am I the most outspoken?
Yes.
You think
Kirsten
so?
says yes.
Yes, Mariah is actually the only person I know who can walk up to anyone, anywhere, and have a beautiful conversation and walk away
Yes.
changed. I'm like, Raya, how'd you even
Get there. Right.
I want y'all to know that Mariah is not afraid to talk to you. So when you see her, know y'all about to have a conversation,
Yes.
okay? And then she's going to let you know what she feels. And usually it's in our best interest. So she usually speaks up on good terms.
Okay.
We love you, Mariah.
I
Aw.
love y'all too.
That was the goal here. All right, Prez. She's thinking.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's common.
I don't
You
know.
don't know?
Maybe they can give better words for me.
Okay. Think of one, guys. For your Prez. Java.
I don't know if this is the right word, but I would say the most meticulous. Y'all know what I'm
That's
backing
a
up,
good
y'all?
word.
She's very detailed, and she uses a lot of discernment in the things that she does. She's very meticulous.
true.
That's awesome.
That's true.
Yeah, she's
That's a
good at
good
pointing
one.
out things that we probably wouldn't have thought of. And we'll be like, oh, I didn't think about that.
Okay, that's awesome. It's a good answer. So going back to that, kind of the same category, but a little bit different. You are like each person say one thing they like about the rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, start with Java. Oh, I really like so about Mariah. This about everybody else. You get what I mean? Yeah. So we're going to start with Java this time and go down the line. What do you like the most about your coworkers?
Okay. I would say, and I think I was just having this conversation with somebody earlier, that I am totally not the innovator. I'm not the creator's one. I'm more of the doer, the executor. So for them, I would say that I love that all of them are quite artsy and creative.
Yes.
Pretty much all of our programming comes from their ideas. I just say yes or no, or what about, and maybe, and Kirsten, what about the budget? Can we do it? Okay, cool. I mean, for the most part, that's about it. I love that Mariah is probably 130% at all times. And she is not even here second semester.
Wow.
Like, yeah, and is always pretty much, she's my right hand. She's the secretary. So pretty much anything that I forget, which is half the time, I have to ask her about it because she knows.
Right.
And, I mean, I should definitely know as well. But she's always 130%, not even being here. She comes with her stuff in a row and already set to go. Like, here's what I got. Now y'all make it happen. I got to go back to work. So, I think that's amazing. I think Deshawn's spirit is just out of this world. Even in her down moments, even if she's having a rough day,
hey yo, what up, man? We are Travis Porter.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
And right now you
need
are
a hug.
rocking with
About she one day brought in all of us a rock, a different color rock that said something that she loved about us on, and cards, you know,
that's
stuff
so
like that. And then for Kirsten, I had the great honor of knowing Kirsten before we even got here.
Okay.
And I think that she's grown phenomenally. And that's as a dancer, even though she doesn't dance here, but I know what she can and cannot do, what she's capable of, and she continues to fly. Whenever someone asks for her to dance, she's ready to do it. She's quite meticulous as well, because she will tell me, Jay, we don't have the money for that. So sit down, have a seat.
That's okay.
And I think that it's not even just through her words, through poetry. It's just in her essence. It's in her aura. It's in her being. She's a black woman with nice melanin. Honey.
And magic. And magic, yes. Right. All right, Mariah. Or anybody else? Making sure. We go around the room. She was like, I don't know if I want to speak.
They just like to hear about themselves.
Okay, that's good. That's okay. Speak on.
We need to move.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So I love my team, love my girls, love my sisters. Java, immediately, what comes to my mind is how precise she is and how knowledgeable she is about a lot. And that is always needed, especially coming from a present perspective. She just always. She can answer my questions and I always have a lot of questions. And so it forms some type of dependability and like accountability because I'm able to reach out to her and she knows her stuff. She's knowledgeable and she always take care of everything.
Right.
Deshawn, gosh, I guess it's a little different because me and Deshawn have a different type of relationship because I've known her for so long and she's my best friend. But gosh, I love everything about Deshawn. I don't know.
That's okay.
She's like my rock. So as a teammate, that's just how she was as a best friend before we even got on this team, and she still is. So
the tears are coming. Oh,
and Kirsten, she will immediately, you will meet her and you would think that you've known her for years. And she pushes you so much. She changed my life so much. And so being on a team with her, you forget that you're doing business because it becomes so personal.
Right. That's awesome. All right.
Man, I can't follow that up.
Right.
Hey guys, it's Deshawn. No, but starting with Java. Well, I'm the lame one out of the bunch. That's what I should have said last time. I missed it. Okay, but starting with Java, Mariah touched on it perfectly, but she, I love how knowledgeable she is about the organization. She had been involved in it a lot more than I was prior to being on this executive board, so she knows a lot about what we did historically. And and like everything that's gone on in the past. So she can always be like, okay, this is what was done, guys, or this is how it was done, or this is who we need to talk to, because I'm going to tell you, I don't ever know those things, but she always has the answer. Mariah pays close attention to details when it comes to like the business. She's always coming in like, hey guys, we forgot that we had to get plates. We got food, but we don't have plates. And I'll be like, you're right. We need. She pays attention to the important details, which has come through so much, specifically with Black Girls Rock. Mariah talked about how she worked on that. She worked super hard on that, and that was one of the opening. If you missed it, I'm so sorry. It was phenomenal. She did a wonderful job with getting that together and getting everyone together. We had students from all over campus, from all different organizations, and she did a great job with that. And Kirsten.
Why does everybody do that?
I had to just follow everybody's lead. Okay, no, but Kirsten is an amazing person. She's so poetic, and I love her voice. I tell her this often, but Kirsten has a very strong voice that is oftentimes heard by our generation and by her peers, and I don't think she realizes that, but she should definitely continue to use her voice, whether it be with poetry or whether it just be with speaking inspirationally, but she does a very good job of speaking and being heard by her peers.
Absolutely.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so to start with Java, I would say that I just want to piggyback off of what everybody else said. Java is the type of person where even if she doesn't know anything, she's going, I don't know if y'all heard that snap. I heard it. She is going to find it in a heartbeat. And so I like that about her because you need that type of follow-up and that type of leadership skill. You need that to look forward to in a president.
Absolutely.
And so, and she's also very good at, so a lot of times leaders aren't that good at speaking with higher ups. Java is one of those persons who can flow in and out of situations and be able to transform who she is, but still maintain, who she is, who she is. And so Mariah is absolutely crazy. No, Mariah is probably one of the most beautiful people in my life right now. She has, like she said, changed my life so much. And she walks around with so much love and gratitude.
Right.
And I don't think that a lot of people realize that that's why everybody always sees her and they're like, why is she so bubbly? Why is she always like this? Yes, when you have that type of love and that type of spirit, like you said, it just flows with you everywhere. And so it's hard to come into contact with her and not have a second of your day changed. And Deshawn is my sister. Yes, she is, I would say my spiritual warrior, but she doesn't know it. And so I look to her for that love and that compassion. She's very, like she said, quiet and kind of soft-spoken, but the love that she radiates is so loud.
Yeah.
And I don't think that she knows how much of an impact she has on people.
Oh, that was so beautiful. Like, I'm really over here in tears. I don't know if you guys can see me, but I'm over here in tears. I loved it. So if you guys can relive any moment together, what would that moment be?
We done had so
many. Well, if you can pick one, or even two.
I would say the retreat at Montera Farms. And I would say because that was our beginning. That was our beginning as an executive board. That's when we were naive and gullible, just thought we could make butterflies come out of nowhere in Kennesaw and everybody would, but we knew that we had a purpose and that we knew that we were going to, we said from jump we was going to shake some stuff up. So, and I don't think that we slacked or faltered on that at all. But I would just say that the camaraderie was amazing. It still is. I think if we had the mentality we have now at the retreat, like knowledgeable about what the campus holds and what the parameters are for us within this organization and this, as I like to call it, this business.
Okay.
But yeah, Montera Farms was great, and we had an honorary fifth Dream Team member. Her name is Miss Trish. We'll be back for you.
Okay.
And she made all of our meals.
Yum.
From scratch every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I think I went to the same place for Cab, actually. I think you guys went the week before, and I went, and she did throw down every meal.
Every
What? Yes. Yes. Okay. Anybody else want to answer that one? Favorite moment?
I'm going to say we had an interesting bonding moment during the fall excursion that I would like to relive. She talked about the Urban Lights earlier, and we got to go to the Urban Lights together and just enjoy that and enjoy the city. And I don't know why that light is symbolic. It's always symbolic of a brighter future or something brighter to come. And since then, we've been on top of things, coming up and pouring out all these amazing events and programming. And I'm really proud of us, and I love us. I would relive this whole semester last and this semester here. This whole year as an organization has been awesome for me.
It's awesome. Anybody? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say an off the record one.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say we went to the Southwestern Black Student Leadership Conference in Texas at Texas A&M, and I'm gonna say they think I'm gonna say something else, but I will say they had a bonding party type situation. And so ASA was in there. We had the African American Male Initiative in there. And I would just say that night on the dance floor was probably the most beautiful night of my entire life.
I saw that passion. I was like, yes. Go ahead, Mariah. No, finish it. Oh.
She just wanted y'all to hear her laugh.
Oh. Okay, moving on. All right, last 2 questions. Do you guys have any upcoming events that you would like to share with the audience or everybody is listening?
Yes. So my favorite is, well, actually, I want to take back earlier. I think my favorite, and I'm going to go with what Mariah said because it was personal for me, would be MLK.
Okay.
And because that was the bulk of my hard work thus far. However, coming up, we have...
Switch it up.
We have an event on Monday called Black is Black, which is going to be beautiful. And that is a joint collaborative effort with AASA, ASA, the African Student Alliance, and CARIBSA, the Caribbean Student Alliance. And that is going to be an event where we bridge the gap between all of us. Why are we so distant and not together? And I think that that's going to be wonderful. But my favorite is going to be the Ratchet Ball.
When is that?
It's like, for lack of better words, it's college prom. However, it's an awards banquet also in honor of what ASA stands for and the legacy that Dr. Ratchet left behind 26 years ago. And then after that, it turns into Club ASA. After the awards and the very, very good food that we are excited to share with you.
Love food.
I think it's going to be great. And then we have 2 more events that I'll let one of them tell you about.
What else is that
coming up? Well, I know we're having an event actually tomorrow called the Art Gallery. So if you guys are really awesome. So if you guys follow us on social media, you can get all the details about that. But we will be having free food, music, and artists coming out to show off their artwork. So
it's gonna be awesome.
Another thing that we're gonna have is the Onyx ceremony. You guys definitely want to come out to that. For lack of better words, it's gonna be a Black graduation. So it's just a ceremony in which we can come out as African Americans and as minorities under MSRS and celebrate such an achievement as graduation. So you definitely should come out to that.
Definitely.
And I would say my favorite would be Poetic Expressions. We had it last October, and now we're having a part 2, and we're actually bringing the guy who hosted the slam at the Southwestern Black Student Leadership Conference here to feature and host. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, sounds awesome. Sounds exciting. All right, last question is a basic one. Where and how can people follow ASA? And if you want to put your personal social media sites on there, go ahead. But people want to get involved. People want to know what's happening. How do we follow you guys?
Madam Secretary.
Okay, so first off, you guys should check us out on Our Life. If you are a student of Kennesaw State University, both campuses, we have Our Life. Follow us there and join our organization at KSU AASA. And there is all the details about who we are, what we do, our events, activities, general body meetings, whatever you need. It's all on Our Life. The second thing is Instagram. That's our #1 social media tool. So please follow us on that at KSU AASA. And then we also have Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat. And that is all KSU AASA. So just keep on looking out for us.
Yeah, keep on typing in AASA or KSU AASA and you'll find them, no matter where you go. But I want to say thank you guys so much for coming into the studio and doing this awesome interview. I loved how we started with Black History, or about ASA, and then got into Black History, and then got a little personal there. It was really touching, and I absolutely loved it. I want you guys to come back, so don't go too far. We will be seeing you once again in the future, but we're going to go ahead and get to a quick little commercial break. We're going to wrap things up with current events, as well as a few announcements I have for you guys. So stay tuned and enjoy the music.
Come on, talk to me. You can't see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on.
Did I ever give you guys a story about how that song came to be. I got to give credits to my mom because she was like, "Oh, you should pick this song for for your current events. What's going on in the world?" Just because I do feel like it is important that you guys are informed on what is happening in our world. Definitely watch news. If you can't watch news, watch me, and I'll give you a little bit of a news segment for you guys. So just going ahead and starting with what is happening, there has been the Georgia Senate did approve a religious bill, freedom bill, that will allow faith-based organizations to deny services to the LGBTQ community. That act is actually titled the Pastor Protection Act. Like I said, it protects them and they can deny services to that community if they want to, just because it does go against their faith and things of that sort. So it's a great bill. It's awesome. I'm kind of excited for that one. Another bill that has been filed last week will eliminate arresting people with marijuana possession under 1 ounce. Georgia makes more than 300,000 arrests per year for marijuana arrests, which is a ton. So I guess they're trying to figure out how they can fix it, just because it does help some people with medical issues and things like that. So I guess there's a need, and they're just wanting to erase, or I guess keep people out of jail, which should be the goal ultimately. Today, a major event happened in Fulton County, where a teen admitted in court to stabbing his grandmother 57 times. In Fulton County, there was a boy named Price. He's 14 years old, and he was on trial for murder. But since the court realized that he's had some problems in the past, like he has been suicidal and other small things that were off the record, they decided to change it from a murder trial to something less that would give him a lesser sentence. He ended up getting sentenced to 20 years in prison and 5 years of probation. The whole story behind why he stabbed his grandmother 57 times, by the way, is ridiculous. Shouldn't stab your grandmother at all. You should love on your grandmother. But the grandmother was originally upset with him for missing the school bus that morning. I'm not sure what happened between them two, but he ended up coming to school covered in blood, which was the first problem. And you later found out when the police went to his house that the grandmother was dead 57 times and all. And it's a really sad story, major story of the day, and I am heartbroken, and it's really sad, and I can't believe this is happening, but it's the world, and people are crazy. You just have to pray every day, make sure you stay safe and be safe. Going on, Donald Trump, I will give my personal opinion. I cannot believe this is happening. He is actually succeeding in this presidential race. Last night, he won the Nevada caucus by 22 points. Guys, I don't know what's happening. I don't know who is actually the one voting for Donald Trump to be the next president, but I need for everyone to get their life together, get their mind straight, and put someone reasonable in office. Do not vote Donald Trump as president. I cannot believe he's actually made it this far. I really wanted him to drop out months ago, but that is not the case. But that is what's happening in our world. Once again, we're going to go back to a quick little break where it's just 1 or 2 songs, and we're going to wrap things up by a few announcements and things to check out and things of that sort, just to give you guys a wrap up for the show. I also, once again, if you know the answer to Lex Guess This Answer, please at least tweet it. And apparently our phone line is not working, so if you have called me, I am so sorry, but just tweet me at Lex Review KSU and I'll see it, or just trying to get the answer. And I'm so sorry about the phone line. It is an inconvenience on my part as well as yours, and I really do apologize. But I want you to get this free Out Radio t-shirt. So once again, the question is, which rapper won 5 out of 11 Grammys, including Best Rap Album, to Pimp a Butterfly? Apparently had the best performance at the Grammys that night, with a lot of imagery, with the being in chains, the fire, etc. And that was 2 weeks ago. The 58th Grammy Awards are aired Monday, February 15th. If you know the answer, if you know who the person is, definitely let me tweet in for a free t-shirt. Free t-shirts do not hurt. So like I said, we're going to go into a little quick break, and we'll be back to wrap up the show. Stay tuned, guys. Well, we've come to the end of the show. Here are a few announcements. First off, everyone, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Lex Review. I've heard that we are heard in different states, in Boston, in Florida, even in Georgia, out of the country, everywhere. Thank you guys so much for listening. You guys are helping me pursue my dreams, as well as listen to these beautiful ladies talk about their passions, their lives, and everything. It was an amazing show, and I loved every minute of it. It was awesome. So, like I said, we have a winner for the Lex Guess That Answer, and the question was, once again, who was the rapper who won 5 out of 11 Grammys, including Best Rap Album for To Pimp a Butterfly? I'm going to go ahead and have Kirsten tell us who that winner was.
The wonderful winner was my dad. Tiki, you got it.
Yes, Tiki. Yes, Tiki. I'm so excited for you. You're going to be rocking our radio for the rest of your life. Thank you so much for giving us the answer. The answer, by the way, was Kendrick Lamar, if you guys did not know that. He won 5 out of 11 Grammys, Best Rap Album, To Pimp a Butterfly, all that good stuff. Tiki, Dad, I need for you to tell Kirsten your shirt size so I can get your shirt ready for you in the studio. She can pick it up however you want to do it, but I'm so happy and thankful that you were able to answer that question. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys. Like I said, not thank you guys, but thank you guys. Follow me on social media. My YouTube channel is Alexandria Ikomoni. My last name is spelled Ikomoni. I will be posting this as well as other previous broadcasts. This broadcast will be up there. Just give me until Saturday because I am in school and editing does take a while, but it will be up and posted for everyone to see and share, like, subscribe, do whatever they got to do to help this get noticed to production companies and important people that can help me advance in this industry. You can also follow me on Twitter. My name is AlexandriaIkomoni. Simple, we're straight to the point. Alexis, last name is spelled Ikomoni. Instagram is AlexandriaIkomoni. Again, everything's my name, so it's kind of easy to find me. If you Google me, I'm the only Alexandria Ikomoni. You can find me on Google. If you want to follow the Twitter page for this my radio show, it is Lex Review KSU. If you want to follow my Twitter page for my talk show, that's a TV talk show for YouTube, it is Lex Talk Show on Twitter. My Facebook is also the Lex Talk Show. So everything is pretty consistent, pretty out there and straightforward, so you'll know how to find me and how to reach me. If you guys think that you deserve to be on the show, if you have something you want to broadcast, tweet me, do whatever you got to do so I can get in contact with you and we can move forward from there, because this show is just not about me, it's about you as well. I want you guys to be able to broadcast what you have to offer to the world and advance yourself as well. Things to check out that are upcoming would be the 88 Oscar/Academy Awards that will be airing this upcoming Sunday. I'm so sorry, I can't speak today. This upcoming Sunday, February 28th at 8:30 p.m. on ABC. Definitely check that out. I'm excited to see what's happening. It's because there's been a lot of talk around the Oscars, and I want to see what will be said and how all the situations will be handled. Also coming up, the deadline coming up for the CAB co-chair applications. They are due by March the 1st, so definitely go ahead and put in your applications. You want to apply to the CAB board. The application is on Owl Life for you to go and check out. Another thing that is happening this upcoming weekend is the Georgia Rally with Marco Rubio. That'll be at Mount Perrin Christian Academy, and that's once again this Saturday in Kennesaw at 12:30. It is free. All you have to do is go online and register. You can easily follow it, so definitely check that out just to get informed and just see which candidates you like to vote for. Just get more knowledge on each person. So like I said, every show I like to leave you guys with a motivational quote as well as a Bible verse. This motivational quote is, "Judge each day not by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant." I'm going to say that again. Judge each day not by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. That is your motivational quote for this week. Your Bible verse is taken from Isaiah 40:30-31. And it says, "Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." And that is your Bible verse for the day and your quote for the week. Or Bible verse for the week and quote for the week. I do a thing with my best friend. We send each other a Bible verse and a quote each day just to keep us motivated. So I definitely encourage you guys to have people to motivate you as well. And once again, I wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in to this awesome episode of Lex Talk. Definitely look out for the episode. Like I said, we posted by Saturday, so look out for that. Tune in next Wednesday because we have a special guest, Gabe. I will be posting some of his songs and also how you can follow him on social media. He is a well-known pop singer in the Atlanta area, and he is great. He's going to come sing for us. We're going to talk to him about his music and things of that sort. Like I said, once again, thank you so much. I love you guys. Have a great night, and we will see you next week, 8 p.m. on Lex Review.